Well, first and foremost, welcome everybody. Welcome. All right. Welcome to welcome to our town hall meeting. All right. Tomorrow is too late. Pass the torch. We are building our legacy. All right. This is a New Jersey statewide youth-led town hall. Okay. First and foremost, as we are doing all of that, I want to let you know that this is a very intimate space. Okay, this is a very intimate space. Something to remember: this space will challenge you. It may make you uncomfortable, but that's what it's intended to do. All right. But it's respectful. Okay, it's respectful. We keep everything respectful in here. If something needs to be said, um, go to the chat. The chat room will open when we are asking for dialogue. So yes, let's get comfortable with being uncomfortable. I love that somebody put that in there. Okay. We're here to make a change, and the only way that happens is by hearing and understanding each other. So let's get underway. All right. Where is our slideshow? That's all right. It's okay. So the question is, who are we? All right. The question is, who are we? 10 weeks ago, some students got together and they put their name in the hat to make a change, right? Systemic change at that. Change that could take years to come into fruition. But 8 weeks ago, we started the conversation anyway. All right. The people you'll hear from today will more than likely never get to see or experience the change that we are championing for. But we do it anyway, because why not us, right, guys? Why not us? We talk, we walk among you, we live among you. We're unimpressed and unsatisfied, all right? We aren't content with the scholastic experience of the average minority. And we're here to talk about it, and we're here to make some change, because it's not enough just to talk about it. Okay, we've been talking for 8 weeks. We are leaders, we are students, we are trendsetters, we are current torch bearers of hope. All right, and last but certainly not least, we are revolutionaries, and we're young, and we're here to talk about some things and make some things happen and make some things shape. All right. With that being said, my friend Guillermo will start us off with some things that you need to know. Guillermo.
Hey. Well, welcome, folks. I want to once again thank you all for being present with us and for your desire to seek knowledge. I'm here today to ask you all some rhetorical questions so that it can really marinate in our minds and so that we can just reflect on our experiences in New Jersey schools. Do you consider your school to be segregated? Do you have any Black and or Hispanic teachers, principals, and or administrators in your school? How about Black and Hispanic cafeteria staff, janitorial staff, and our security personnel? And most importantly, are all of your peers treated with respect and kindness, regardless of their sexual orientation, gender, race, ethnicity, religion, size, disability, and or color? Thanks for the opportunity. Now I'm passing it over to Ayo.
Hello, everyone. My name is Ayomide, but people call me Ayo or AY. Today, I'm going to be reading the fact that why are we here. Today's residential segregation in the North, South, and Midwest and West is not unintended consequence of individual choices and of otherwise well-meaning law or regulation, but of uneven public policy that explicitly segregated every metropolitan area in the United States. Without our government's purposeful imposition of racial segregation, the other causes private prejudice, white flight, real estate steering, bank redlining, income differences, and self-segregation still would have existed, but with far less opportunity for expression. Segregation by intentional government is not de facto. Rather, it is what courts call de jure. Segregation by law and public policy. Richard Rothstern. Thank you very much. So now I'm going to read the first two slides and I'm going to pass it on to. So 88% of New Jersey students in poor community attend underfunded schools. New Jersey has among the wildest racial gaps in the United States, suspending Black and Hispanics students as far greater rates than white peers. Black students were 5.4 times more likely to face out of school suspension than white students, while Hispanic students were 2.4 times more likely. Thank you very much.
So to continue those facts, it was also found that in 2019, 66% of New Jersey teachers were white women, but only 22% of the students were white and female. Children in New Jersey schools start out in schools even more segregated than in later grades. And lastly, today, New Jersey's public school system continues to be among the most segregated in the entire nation. All right, that concludes the facts. So now I'm going to hand it over to Ningberry.
Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for being here this afternoon. Okay. During our workshop series, we came up with the following mission statement to guide us: to create safe and transparent space where we communicate, grow, collaborate, build community, and leave a legacy of change. I'm going to hand off the presentation to Shekina. Thank you.
To work along creating safe spaces, we worked with students who have lived these experiences that we could learn about, but we don't really understand the gravity of the situation until we hear about students themselves. One of the students is Benedicta. Benedicta Donkor is a 17-year-old high school junior from Newark, New Jersey. She joined IntegrateNYC to create change in schools and do something about the issues she and other students face with the American education system. I would like to welcome Benedicta to share a story with you today.
Thank you so much, Shekina. Hello, everyone. My name is Benedicta Donkor, and I am 17 years old, as she just said. When I first joined IntegrateNYC, I wasn't so sure as to why I was here. However, over time, I realized that this mission of creating a safe and transparent space was important to me. I believe that we can create a society where everything is peaceful and everyone gets along and are not separated by anything. However, this starts in the building where we all learn. School is the place where we interpret everything and everything being spoken to us. Allowing changes in our education system can be designed to help improve the real world as well. That is why I am here today, because I believe that my knowledge is to be shared and influenced to the people around me. As an African kid going into the American education system for the first time, I did not have much knowledge. Green polo shirt tucked into my khaki pants, belt buckled, black shoes strapped with my green socks on, entering the system for the first time. Lunch tables filled with people who looked like me, nervous Black African American students. You see, my school is 97% Black students with 3% Hispanics and 99% white teachers with 1% Black and Hispanic. I hated school. It was never the first place I wanted to go. Imagine yourself being a Black student in a school with strict uniform policies, strict rules, no freedom, and a lot of white superiors. You have a 1% chance of being you. I was young and did not understand the American culture. Things that seemed normal to me was actually quite disturbing to the American culture. Did I have to be categorized because I was African? Why was I singled out as different? The problem here is that schools seem to be a safe space for all students. But when a student presents themselves as different, if they open up or if they share their opinion, they are shut down automatically. There was once a group of 5 students, myself included, who wanted to create a Black student body to bring forth to the administrators the silent rooted problems of the school. We talked of how teachers are quick to judge students in situations where they don't know the full story. We talked of how kids are separated into groups by teachers based on good student and bad student, which in most cases was related to the grade in the class. Why must a student be categorized as bad because they aren't passing? Does this determine their behavior? Why must a student's behavior determine the category that they are placed? We fail to realize that these judgments create the division between students and teachers, making them feel overwhelmed with these categories engraved in their minds. They become disengaged in schools, rooted in the judgment that the idea that us, Black and minorities, are incapable of achieving an education in our own communities, thus bringing white teachers as a way to provide us with these resources. Little do they know that they are stripping us of the resources that we actually need. There was once a group of 5 Black students who created a student body organization eager to present ways to improve the school, benefiting both students and teachers. But immediately upon announcing their group, they were shut down. Why? Why must students who are eager to voice themselves and represent this whole group be shut down? This is the problem in my school. They create a strict environment where what teachers and administration say is all that needs to be heard. They believe that what a student goes through, they can relate, but they can't. We are silenced. That is the mindset we need to change. So where should we start? Change doesn't just happen overnight. Change is gradual. We must start somewhere. The first step we must take is we need more guidance counselors and teachers, not just any teachers, but teachers who care about the students' well-being as well as their education. Teachers who make sure their students are in the right mental state, who create an open space for students to communicate as well as feel included. Our mission is to create a safe and transparent space where we communicate, grow, collaborate, build community, and leave a legacy of change. How can you help? Join our fight today in creating a safe and welcoming environment for students of all backgrounds. We must advance our education system by creating and bringing awareness to the student needs. Without students, what is school? Thank you.
Thank you, Benedicta. Let's hear something in the chat for her. I need to see, how are you feeling? How are you feeling after that? That's powerful. Each and every last sentence said something important. Each and every last one of those words that she spoke was a quote. How are you feeling? I need to see that in the chat, because I'm blown away. Powerful, hopeful, yes, blown away. Awesome job. Thank you, Benedicta. I appreciate you for sharing your story. Thank you. And right about now, I would like to pass it on to my good friend Ningberry, and it's on you.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, I hope you all have been listening. So I have some questions for you. Have you ever felt isolated in your school because of your skin color? I would like, then, after you finish responding to this question, I'll ask you another one. My second question is, have you ever had any personal experience with segregation in your school environment? Third, okay. On a scale of 25% to 100, how diverse do you consider your school community to be? Do you know anything about redlining, or have you ever heard of redlining? Are you afforded the same opportunities as your classmates, regardless of your race, religion, sexual orientation, origins, physical or mental conditions? Do you think your school should be more inclusive? Thank you.
All right. As you're answering those questions, I just want to share a couple quotes by my good friends in our group and in our space. One of those quotes being, my favorite part of the program was the breakout rooms. I felt like I have met so many people and have gained so much knowledge. It truly made me realize how there are so many similarities between so many people you have never met before. And it's sad to say that those similarities we bonded over was negative in a way, you know? Like here we are speaking and telling our stories over the segregation of public schools. But another one, as you're answering those questions and pose, my favorite thing is how inclusive everyone was. Ideas were never judged, and there were never any wrong answers or opinions. Everyone was respected, and I love the warm-up activities and icebreakers we did where we got to know each other a little bit more. The questions were always fun and interesting to answer. Like I said at the beginning of our of this call is, you know, there's no change unless there's understanding. And we had a group of people here ready to make some change, but we had to understand where each and every last one of us was coming from to make that happen. And here we are. This is just the progress that we've made. It's not the final, this is just the progress. Poll still in progress. All right. I got another one for you. My favorite part of the program was meeting such great and inspiring people, along with getting the chance to listen to their experiences. I don't know about any of y'all, but sharing experiences, sharing life with another individual, and then with a group of people that doesn't judge you or call you out on anything specific and just let you be you, that's powerful. And that's what this group of young people was able to accomplish in these 8 weeks, was to share their experience, to bond over change. Absolutely. Sharing life. School integration. It's important, right? Because everybody should be able to receive the same equal education as someone else. And because integration also causes a person to grow mentally and physically. So just having people around you from different walks of life is important. But here we are being hindered, you know, due to our skin color or our background or our families or our tax bracket. Absolutely. I seen someone lost houses. Absolutely. This is important. This is important. I hope everyone is paying attention. And we getting those poll results soon. I want to see what everybody had to say.
Yes, I am very excited. Oh my.
Have you ever felt isolated in your school because of your skin color, origins, or background? 63% said
That's
yes.
a lot.
Have you ever had any personal experience with segregation in your school environment? 69% said yes.
And that's very sad.
Here we are. It's affecting you.
Yes, all of us.
On a scale of 25 to 100%, how diverse do you consider your school community to be? A little.
Below
Oh, wow.
25%.
Oh, wow. These are your answers, ladies and gentlemen. These are your answers. Do you know anything about redlining, or have you ever heard of redlining? Yes. All right, so we're knowledgeable. We know what we're talking about. That's always good. 16%, it was their first time, but that's okay. Here you are. Welcome to the conversation. Are you or were you offered the same opportunities as your classmates, regardless of your race, religion, sexual orientation, origins, physical or mental conditions? Sometimes. That's a lot of sometimes for something that should be definite. It's 31% no. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, these are your answers. This is what you're telling us. Do you think your school should be more inclusive? Yes. We got one that says no, but the rest says yes.
And let's go. Let's take actions.
Let's take action. Absolutely. Let's take action. Ladies and gentlemen, these are your answers. This is what you had to say. All right. So if that was all of the poll answers, here we go. I'm going to hand this off to Nicole. Nicole is going to introduce our next reader.
Hi, everybody. My name is Nicole Mendez. I'll be introducing Samantha Moncayo. She is a 17-year-old high school student attending Hamilton High West in Trenton, New Jersey. She is involved in this program because it brings light to the issues that occur in the educational system, and it makes an effort to fix these issues. Overall, it gives her the opportunity to have an impact on a future kid's education. Samantha's story is very powerful, and Samantha, you're on.
So, my mother was an immigrant from Colombia, and I had the privilege of being born in the United States and learning both English and Spanish language. However, there are kids just like me who recently come to the United States and don't have that same privilege and are only fluent in their native language. I remember when I was called down to the guidance counselor's office, and they explained to me how there was a new kid who only spoke Spanish, and they wanted me to guide him to his first class period. I thought to myself, how can you expect a student to learn his way around school if the only thing you are helping him learn is how to get to his first class? Therefore, I took it upon myself to show him all his classes, as well as explaining some things of the school to better help his experience, as well as giving him my contact information, of course, to whenever he needed any additional help. This situation helped me realize that there are non-English speaking students who struggle in the educational system because they are overlooked, only helped for a slight inconvenience, and then have to fend for themselves. I would also say the situation brought to my attention the lack of representation of authority when it comes to non-English speaking students.
A solution I would propose is the hiring of more teachers that are bilingual in many languages. That is to encourage a safe space for non-English speaking students so they don't feel like they have to fend for themselves in an environment that is unknown to them. With these teachers, they can be utilized for the creation of an afternoon school program for these students to help them with any troubles they had throughout the day, whether that is in classes or simply getting directions to a classroom. Educational equity should be a representation of all students, not only those who are easier to teach considering they are used to their environment. By helping these students who are overlooked, you are giving them a voice and an impact on a future kid's life. Thank you for coming.
That was powerful. Let's hear it. Let's hear it for Sam. Let's hear it for Sam. I want to know what you guys think. I want to know what you guys think. I want to know what you got from that, what you felt. I want to know it all. Absolutely worth the wait. Yes, it was, Sam. It was worth the wait. Your story was important to be heard. You had to hear it. Didn't matter how long it took. All right. So here we are. Now next up, we got Dedra, Vanessa, and Yoslin.
So we're going to do a little virtual step up activity. If we're going to ask a few questions and you guys will raise your hand or give a thumbs up or an X or whatever you feel. The first question is, do you feel like the education system can be improved?
As we move, the next one is, have you ever been profiled? The next one is, have you ever seen or witnessed racism yourself?
The next question is, have you ever struggled academically?
Raise your hand if you have ever witnessed unfair punishment, discipline towards minority groups. Raise your hand if there's any if there's any clubs for unrepresented people in your school.
Raise your hand if your school has ever lacked resources.
Raise your hand if you have ever had a conversation about segregation within the last 3 months. Raise your hand if you've ever engaged in a conversation about discrimination with your children.
And finally, raise your hand if you're ready to be a part of the change.
As we end our virtual step, I want you guys to reflect on what you guys think change looks like and what actions could be taken to help. I'm going to pass it off to Jennifer now.
Hi, everyone. My name is Jennifer Garcia, and today I'm going to introduce Joseph Abuaje. Joseph is from Newark, New Jersey, and he is a freshman in college, 19 years old. A friend recommended he join Integrate because he saw that he could accomplish a lot, and he really wanted to be a part of program. He felt the school system needed to be changed, and he was happy that there was a program that felt the same way. Take it away, Joseph.
Hi, I'm gonna start reading. I don't really remember anything. I don't remember anything crazy happening at school, but at times I've seen teachers favoring students more than others. I usually didn't score high in my class. However, when I did, I would get more favorite, but when I scored low or below average, the teachers would act differently. I believe favoring kids in school shouldn't be favored upon because students will feel some type of way when they don't have some type of appreciation. Growing up, this made me think it could affect the student's mind thinking school is just to attain high grades. And if you don't have high grades, you won't succeed in life. The program that I'm in right now could help change the school system, how teachers should act towards their students and boost their self-esteem.
Thank you, Joseph. I appreciate that. Thank you for sharing. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear what you think in the chat. I want to hear what you think in the chat. Speaking facts. Yes. All right. So right now we are going to pass it on to my friends Raven, Ariana, and Michelle. All right, they're going to share our demands and how you can get involved.
Hi, everyone. I'm Raven. First, I want to say thank you, Joseph, for sharing. That was really powerful. Me and my friend Ariana are first going to read our list of actions to summarize our demands for change. Following that, our friend Michelle will provide you with information and resources we've gathered to help meet these demands for our community and take us even further. Let's see. Support students who have recently immigrated to our state. Hire teachers, administrators, and staff members that are representative of the communities in which they work. Stop treating students differently based on test scores and grades. Fund justice, equity, diversity, and inclusion initiatives for students and administration to unlearn biases. Hire more guidance counselors and teachers who care about us.
We ask to build community inside and outside of schools, give us equitable resources, start conversations even though they are hard, build results-driven institutions, and create safe spaces for people of color and other marginalized groups. Now I'm going to pass it off to Michelle, who's going to show you how to really act on these demands that we request.
Okay, so many of you guys are wondering, how can we get involved? And basically we could follow these Instagram handles on social media to stay updated on our work. You could share your story about segregation on TikTok, Instagram, and etc. For our artists, singers, dancers, show us what segregation looks like, express through your preferred form of art, and if you feel comfortable, tag us so we can publicize. Research what segregation looks like in your home community. You could also sign our petition demanding the Murphy administration integrate our schools. And then below are some resources, some links to some of the clubs and youth projects led by our youth students around the country, so that you could get more informed about the situation. And now I will be passing it on to Morgan.
Hi, everybody. I just want to say thank you guys for sticking with us. Thanks to Ariana, Raven, and Michelle for telling people our demands and how they can help. So right now I will be introducing our final TED Talker, Bilgasu Mansari. She is 18 years old from Bordentown, New Jersey. So she heard about the desegregation project through a youth engagement forum that she was a part of. So she was already leading change. And then what happened was, toward the beginning of her high school journey, she for social justice issues in regards of the health form and education. She wanted to apply some of that passion to actual action, as what we all do. That's why we're here. So through her participation in the youth engagement forum that she was in, she knew that her voice, representing the New Jersey youth, could help be a part of change for better experience of high schoolers all across New Jersey in the times to come. And I just want to say that I've read her TED Talk 3 times and it gets better for me every time. So I'll be passing on the mic to Bilkison. Take it away.
Oh, thank you, Morgan. Okay, so hi everyone, my name is Bilkis Mansouri, the middle child of African immigrants, born and raised in New Jersey. Ever since I could remember, I had a drive for service. I always wanted to practice medicine and fix people's wounds and all of that hands-on stuff. But when I got older, I realized that I also wanted to help fix the wounds embedded in our society. I remember the first time I was aware I was Black, that it was different from most of my peers. In my predominantly white elementary school, I heard one of my classmates question to one of his friends, why are her lips so big? I felt insecure. As a matter of fact, I still feel insecure. I felt ashamed of even looking at my lips, so much so that I would cover it up so I might have been able to fit in. I was often one of the only unambiguous Black people in my grade at the time, so my classmates thought my typical Black features were abnormal. Even today, I still hear remarks from my high school peers right now calling me thick-lipped and dark. It still carries on with me today. My physical differences wouldn't be so taboo if my school had more people who look like me. People are not yet familiar with Blackness. So how can we progress as a society for everyone being equal if we still have people being ashamed of their background today? Even sitting my history classes throughout the years, I realized that we never talk about the modern day implications of America's history of oppressing minorities. I feel like a modern day school system likes to think that if we ignore our past, we can progress. But how can we address the problem if you don't acknowledge it? I know a lot of people don't feel comfortable talking about race, and I understand that. But we can't ignore race because a lot of conflicts today surround it. Our schools need spaces for students to share their experience being a POC. This is certainly not the final solution for eventual inclusion and integration in schools, but it's a start. Every moment needs to start somewhere. The first time I was a part of New Jersey Citizens Actions and Salvations and Social Justice's Youth Forum, I felt heard. I felt like I was in a safe space to acknowledge my shortcomings in schools as a Black student. And there were other students and adults who acknowledged, empathized, and accepted my plight as a Black student. I can only hope schools in the future have spaces like this made so that all POC students can feel heard. Eventually, that all students of all races can hear the troubles and conversations being made by their peers. Soon, I believe this will be the generation where people of all backgrounds will be able to acknowledge our peers past and present so that we can move together forward as a society. Thank you.
Wow. Wow. Thank you so much for sharing. I appreciate you. Let's hear it. Let's hear it in the chat. Tell me what was going through your mind. I need to hear it. I need to see it. I need to read it. Tell me what's going through your mind. These are the experiences and the stories right from the horse's mouth. You feel me? These are the stories right from our kids, from our youth. These are the stories, these are the experiences, and they're telling you, they're telling you, they're sharing. We walk among you. All right. And of course, we got some final thoughts. So Nicole, take us there.
All right. Okay, so to reiterate the themes throughout our TED Talks, stop categorizing students by who's good and who's bad. This is damaging to the student's self-esteem and outlook on school. We also need more help for non-English speaking students. This includes hiring teachers, counselors, and people who look and speak like us. Diversify our schools so that we don't feel like outsiders. Why should we be the outsiders? Add curriculums regarding Black history. or just any conversations that can enlighten others. The first step towards progress is educating others. Personally, hearing these experiences made me realize how I felt is bigger than what I thought. I thought that this was just me feeling this way from Trenton, New Jersey, but throughout these TED Talks and throughout the past 8 weeks, I realized that all of these stories from Samantha, Benedicta, Belkacem, and Joseph, who are from all over the state of New Jersey, shows that this isn't just me, it's all over. And something needs to be done. We can't be going through this. So the other thing, in the past 8 weeks, IntegrateNYC taught us this thing. It's called AAA, which stands for Ask, Announcements, Acknowledgements, and Apologies. So every week, at the end of our sessions, we would ask, or we would see what our AAAs are, and we would either ask a question, announce anything, or we would acknowledge anything. And by acknowledgements, it would be if we thought somebody said something nice, if we thought somebody said something, anything that stood out to them or anything. And by apologies, it was just, oh, I'm sorry if I cut you off during the breakout room, or I'm sorry if my Wi-Fi, anything. Some people even said, I'm sorry if I was late to our meeting. I really like this, and I know that other people in the meeting also liked our AAAs because it gave us a chance to say how we felt about anything or anything that we wanted to get off our mind. So if anybody, youth, adults, whoever wants to comment any AAAs in the chat, feel welcome to. Tyreek, you can close us off.
All right. While everyone's doing their AAAs, I just want to just bring us home on a couple of things. Just the fact that you heard our stories, and these are just some of the stories. You literally only heard 4 stories. And that's not it. There's kids out there that have similar stories that didn't make it to the group. That we decided that we're gonna take their story and use it elsewhere, on Instagram or another platform, or they literally just didn't make it into our space. Nobody told them that this existed. So there's other kids out there that is living this life. You've heard our stories, you received the message, you've heard our demands. Our experience matters, our voice matters, we matter, our future matters, these kids matter, and our future kids matter, and it's pretty simple. This is all we have. One day we'll be long gone, but the future still remains. And what are we leaving for them? So why not us? Let's start the conversation now. You've heard from 4 people that are 17, 18, 19, that are well on their way out of public school. They won't ever get to experience anything that they're looking for, but here they are fighting and advocating for the next generation. So take into account what they had to say, because they've lived it, and here they are. And I just want to close on the great words of somebody that I admire, Lin-Manuel Miranda, famously known for his part in Hamilton. One of the quotes that I want to share with you: "I may not live to see our glory, but I'll gladly join the fight. And when our children tell our story, they'll tell the story of tonight." And that's today. All right. And so with that, I'll leave you to your thoughts, and you know what's next. Let's get involved. Cue music. No music, but it's okay.
Thank you, everybody.
Yeah, thank you.
Maybe
Thank you all.
Sing.
Thank you
Maybe
for
you guys
watching.
can sing. Does anybody sing?
I take
Ain't gonna let nobody turn us around, turn us around, turn us around. Ain't gonna let nobody turn us around. We gonna keep on walking, keep on talking, Marching up to freedom land. Y'all know that song, right? I know Shakina does because I see her clapping. Amen, amen. Beautiful, beautiful. This is how the young take over. Each generation has its mission.
Thank you, Marcia.
You're so welcome. It's a beautiful, beautiful move. This is beautiful.
Can I cite a poem?
Yeah.
Okay. It's called What We Are. I wish I could say, I wish I could stay, I wish I could lay. We were America once, but never again twice. We were covered once with armor, but now we are left to rot. We were a place where people would look for freedom, but yet freedom we took. The trees were starting to grow. Now they are afraid to grow even an inch. We were supposed to stand for one and all, but yet we stood by two. We called this place home, but yet it was never home. We always wished for instead of working for. We always cried for instead of moving for. We always hated for, but yet never loved for. Economy we took, but yet never gave. Dreams we felt, but never made. Places we stayed, but never loved. Things we can imagine, but never search for. Cakes we batter, but we never ate. Bubbles we blew, but they never flew. Heroes we shout, but yet they were not. People we thought were home became swollen under the shadows. The people who sing to and work for, but yet were never paid for. America we are, but yet America we are not. United we stand, but yet by threes. Liberty we say, but yet crazy we act. Justice we say, but yet our brothers and sister has died. For all we shout, but yet never for me. Dreams I used to wake up and dream are now doomed and depressed. The places that stood shining in the shadow is now blank. Those who say are those who hate, but those who fight are those that live. America, I wish, America, I could stay. America, I wish I could love. America, I wish I could play. America, I wish I can hope. But yet, America, I wish we could be unity. My brother that used to fight is now left to fly. My sister who used to sing is now left muted. Me who used to walk is now left broken. America may be harmed, America may be broken, but America is still America. Yet it is a home for us, but not for me and you. It is who they say, but yet never saw. It is who we've become instead of changes. I wish I was America, but yet I wish I was not. What is America? What were we? Or what have we become? Oh, America, what were we? And what are we? The skin that I am in should determine my worth and treat me with respect. We have struggled with triumphs as the light at the end of the tunnel. Every Black person in the past, every single one of us, every single color, race, religion, have paved the way for you to reach the light. Keep going on until they are seen the same. In a season of tragedy, we can't speak, we can't breathe. You speak, you preach, you breathe. The choice is yours.
Thank you so much, Stephanie, for that beautiful poem. I know a lot of us resonated with it and it's in the chat. I don't know if Shakina, did you have anything to say? Maybe not. Okay, if anyone has any questions, any acknowledgements, please feel free. I am, just to introduce myself, I am Val Poso. I am the youth organizer. Thank you so much. Take us out, Val. Okay, thank you so much, everyone, for joining us today. This was an amazing, amazing presentation led by our youth. If anyone,
I have a question.
Yes, feel free.
Hi, yeah, I have a question. My name is Maati. I'm with the Trenton Anti-Violence Coalition, and I'm so glad to see the youth organizing and taking a stand and presenting yourselves as you are. Congratulations on the success of this Zoom meeting that you did, and I'm so proud of each and every one that took part in it. I'm a little older, I'm an adult, but I'm just happy to see you guys, and I was such a pleasure to be a part of it. My question is, do you guys, I see, don't forget to sign the petition. Is there another upcoming event that you guys are doing? And I'll take my answer in the chat, or I'll just listen to your response.
Reverend Sammy, Jessica, if you guys want to jump in. Okay, we will send an email. So we will definitely be sending an email to everyone who participated today. Go ahead, Reverend Sammy.
No, I'm still like soaking everything in. You know, it's like everything from our students. I love them so much. I'm so proud for the work that they've done. And this is their time, so I don't want to steal anything from them. So, but we will be sending you a wrap-up email with our demands. Please sign up to all the work that we're doing, and we're thankful for all the people who have worked, the students. Very thankful to the Fund of New Jersey for being the people who gave us the resources to do this work. But you will be receiving a wrap-up email with all this information.
Hello. Hello.
Yes. Hi, Denise.
I just wanted to, my name is Denise Cole. I'm an education advocate in Newark. And I just wanted to say to all of the students, thank you, thank you, thank you for tackling an issue that have existed in the schools that we have been trying to address, but you guys have done an amazing form. And I wish you tape this so we could share, because people need to hear your stories. And I'm so proud that you all are stepping up to the plate and you no longer are sitting silently by and allowing this to take place. And thank you, Dr. Sammy Arroyo, for inviting me to this forum. This was truly an amazing forum, something I did not expect. Thank you, students. You all were awesome.
It is going to be on our Facebook for Salvation and Social Justice, for Latino Action Network, and we will probably also send a link so that you can share it. And please sign the petition. We need the governor and the acting commissioner and our attorney general to listen to our demands, to the demands of the students.
Sammy, can I say a word?
Yes, please, Elise, of course.
Yeah, so hi everyone, Elise Body from the Inclusion Project at Rutgers. First of all, I just want to thank the students for sharing their voices and sharing their stories and working so hard over the last 8 weeks, and to all the folks who organized this event. Special shout out to Jessica Loss, who's been working with me at the Inclusion Project. She's done an amazing job. I think it's important for folks to understand and know that there is actually litigation against the state. There is a lawsuit that is in the courts right now that is challenging school segregation in the state of New Jersey. New Jersey has the strongest state law in the country. And so we'll see what happens. Stay tuned. We'll let you know what happens with the lawsuit. But there is active work being done in the courts to make the vision for integration real. But we also we know that we can't do anything, make meaningful change without folks folks in communities, folks throughout the state of New Jersey to come together and to demand change. So thank you very much for everything that everyone is doing, and thank you for being here tonight. We really appreciate your support.
My name is Cookie Rivera from the Latino Action Network, and I just want to reiterate to our students how historic this day is for them and how the torch will be carried forward and how important and golden it is for the voices of students to be in this fight to end segregation in the state of New Jersey and the Department of Corrections. So please stay with us for future things and events. And please take a moment, everyone, to celebrate these students. They worked so hard for 8 weeks straight. It's just humbling.
And also thank you to IntegrateNYC, Integrate New York City, who were the ones who led the workshops. And we're partnering with them, and I know it's not going to be the last time.
And if I can just say one word, I'm Christian Esteves, the president of Latino Action Network. And I'm just so proud of all these young people and what they're doing. And I got to say that, we always talk about the young people being the future. And I'm going to say the young people are the present. They're the present. And the reality is that while we're doing the lawsuit and we're doing other things, we know from history that when the young people get involved and they start taking action, that's when the real change starts. So, you're not part of the future change, you're part of the present change. And I look forward to working arm in arm with all of you. Thank you.
Thank you, Christian. And we're really thankful for the lawsuit. The lawsuit is known as the Latino Action Network against the state of New Jersey. So Latino Action Network, Salvation and Social Justice, and many other organizations are part of it. But we know that Latino Action Network, it's leading and very supportive. And we're just grateful to all of you. I know that we all want to talk. We're very proud. We're very proud of our students. And I'm going to open it just for 1 minute. Any of our students would like to close us today? Who said something?
Hi, this is Jean. Can I just say something? I'm not a student, but can I just say something? I actually just wanted to say thank you to Reverend Sammy. He's actually my pastor. I moved to East Windsor a few years ago because my son is of school age. And I moved to East Windsor for a better education for him. And he experienced some terrible racism. And I actually considered leaving. And to know that there are, and I actually joined the school board. I actually was elected last year and joined the school board so I can battle bullying, so I can take care of this racism, and to see that there are, real leaders, in our students, it's empowering and it's wonderful. And I'm so proud that, Pastor Sammy is my pastor, and I'm glad to be on this forum, and I'm glad to see what you guys are doing. And I'm so going to sign this petition, and I'm on the board for the next 3 years. And I'm sorry I got a little soft, but when my little boy, he's called all kinds of names because he's the first and only Black person someone has ever seen, and the little kids are calling him all kinds of poop and dirt, it's hard. But to know that, people are blazing the way, our young kids are blazing the way, it's empowering. So thank you. Thank you for this forum, and I'm signing that petition as soon as I get off of here. So thank you, everyone. Keep it up.
Thank you, Jean. Thank you, Jean. I would like to hear one of the students from the forum and close us up, please.
I just want to tell everyone that this is such an amazing, I feel like everyone can agree this was an amazing time we had. We organized this because we want to make change. We are the change, and we know we can make something happen. And to us, this is amazing that you all adults are here listening to us, because we want to be heard and we want to help others. So today was definitely a success for us. And we hope that we can organize more. I know you guys were asking for that. And hopefully we can organize more and we can create change in the state of New Jersey, because there's so much we can improve on.
Thank you, Jennifer. Thank you all. God bless. Have a wonderful evening.